And we are live. Can we change it? There we go. Welcome everyone. This is the Void Executive and welcome to the stream. So, how's everyone doing? I hope you're doing quite well. At least for me, it's been quite okay. I made a few changes to the stream. You should be able to hear some music. For some reason, I cannot hear anything about it, but technically, you should be able to hear it, at least according to the program. Now, let me just double check real quick. Yeah, there we go. So, did everyone get a pretty nice day? At least for me it was. Pretty chill day. Outside is raining, it's cold, but for me, I am snuggling in my own room with a pretty warm heater cranked all the way up and ready to continue the project. Pretty fitting weather, because in the last stream we started making the masks in a higher resolution and with a more polished and finished look, starting with the simplest of the masks that we've done, which is the Steward of the Hoarfrost. So what are we going to do today? I think that as we'll make each mask in its finalized version, first of all, now that we have pretty much established the design of the main body, we'll need to do a quick sketch for every mask, rotating it in the final artwork. And then, as we progress through the different mask designs, we'll make a version for the finalized version. So now we are making each individual mask that will be placed in front of the god's head once the mask itself becomes active, and then we'll need to add it in the final rendering, because it will be more straightforward, and so we avoid making the same mask that looks a little bit different. And in theory, the masks that will be circling around the main body should be easier to make, because they will have less elements to be added, because many of the elements of the masks are just embellishments for when the mask becomes active. Something that it's been said on multiple streams. And last stream we added a new technique, which is called photo bashing. So in this technique, you basically use the help of photos to hello, thank you. How's your day doing? So, just like with the other streams, these streams will introduce photo bashing, which is a technique in which we'll use some photos to add some extra quality to the final result. So it will still look like painted, but it will add that extra crisp that's more fitting for a finalized product. If you're watching, let me know if you can hear the music all right, the audio right. It should be pretty fine, at least on my end. So let me just show you the current progress that we've made. And there we go. This is the first mask we've done in detail. On the right there is the first sketch that we made, and on the left it's the almost finalized version. There are still some things to fix, to adjust, which is something that we'll take into account today, or tonight rather. And then what we are going to do is, let me just go back to the main body, and for each circle that you see we need to make a quick sketch for each of the masks that we've made, which are, just to make a quick a quick summary. We made the Painter of Winds, Steward of the Hoarfrost, Lady of the Autumn Rot, Patriarch of the Sun, Niece of Blooming Fields, Uncle of the Harvest, and lastly the Reaper of the Equinox. So for each one of these masks we'll do just like we did over here, the high resolution version, which is not as sketchy, and for each version we'll be adding like around the body, and also a version that will be placed in front of the body. So this is a quick, I wouldn't say sketch, but a quick test on how the final result will look like in terms of lighting and composition, because it will be similar to the main art of the game from which we are making this art piece, which is this one here. So these are examples of the art of the game that we are making. We are making mod for this game called Shadows of Forbidden Gods, in which you choose an eldritch god and your objective is to end the world. Every god has different abilities and different strategies, and this game has modding support using the Steam Workshop. And what we are making right now, I together with other people are making this god together, which once it's ready it will be available and playable for this game in the Steam Workshop. The others are doing the coding part for this mod, and I am the one in charge of the art aspect. So I am making every art for the assets needed. Now, I'd say we start right away. Let me just put a more appropriate background music for this. Okay. Now, okay, it should slowly pick up. So, first thing first, before continuing this one over here, I think we'll do a very quick sketch for each head, as seen over here, or each mask, sorry. But before doing that, we need to bring out the different masks. So let's do with this is the template. Just copy this one. And make this one a bit smaller. It will be pretty rough as a sketch, just to have an idea on the position of each mask. The order is not necessary. I mean, it doesn't have to be specific. Let's try. Let's add the very first that we almost finished. Record. Okay, first let me just swap these. Okay. And then we sketch. So where should we put this one? Maybe it can be something because what we'll add over here is only this spot. Like we won't be adding these side things, because those will be part of the extra decorations that the mask obtains once it is placed within the halo and becomes active. So around here we'll add simply the head version, or maybe not. It depends on the overall size of the mask. Okay, tell you what, we'll put that on hold. Steward is very simple. I think it will be too complicated to face forward. Yeah, but one thing that I'm noticing is this is the we need to establish a bit the size of the mask when it's placed in front of the face. Also, by the way, sorry, I didn't say hello. Hello, Dugan Glover. Because then, once we establish the size, like something like this, then from here we can determine the overall, like how much bigger or smaller I need to make it in order to add it, like if it's here or here. And depending on how big or small it will be, we need to see if it's necessary to remove the extra elements or not. Because we need to also take that into account. Maybe some things, yeah, maybe having this as a reference will give us a better understanding. Okay, wait one moment, because I think my lights went out. One moment. What happened? Okay, all good. Nothing exploded. Because one of the lights I use is attached to I don't know how do you call them, those multiple power outlets with the switch, and for some reason the switch moved, so it turned itself off. Well, let me just move this folder here on top. Yeah. And now that we have, I think this mask, we can place it over here without any issues. So it will be something like this. Because I also need to think that we need to display all of the 7 masks. And in this first sketch, it's only 6 spheres. So maybe first I could try to do something like this in order to make them all fit. So maybe something like here, and then maybe something like this, and then this one maybe here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe the 7th could be something like here, maybe. Yeah, I think this can work. Now I'll just need to maybe move this one a little bit to the left. This one a little further back. And this one, slide it over. And make it a bit smaller maybe. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that can work. And now we can place the Mr. Iceman. Maybe something like here. What are we considering base steward face? Basically just this area right here. Without the ice to the side and without the floating icicles that I have yet to add. So it will basically be just like this. It will look distinct, certainly. Yeah, or maybe make this one without, no, sorry, this one with this side stuff. Because it seems fairly far away from the others. It depends also what we'll add over here. So here there will be guy. And if we want to add this one, it will be something like this. And maybe a little bit visible here, but not too much. Let me just move some things. Yeah, so it'd be something along those lines. Yeah, I think it will look okay with this extra stuff. I'd say lady, as she currently is, could go to the right of stewards. It won't take much space towards the steward or cover much of the god. Yeah. Yeah, I think the lady here can go pretty well. I think we may do the lady next after this one, so we can strategically place each one. Then of course, we can always resize the ring itself. Like, for instance, if we see that the ring is too small, we can always do something like this and make them more split apart. We'll see. Okay, so for now the steward will be placed like this. We'll try to add them one by one as we go. So we'll keep them on pause for now. Same for Mr. Skinny Man over here. It's a separate layer. I would not have thought ahead like that. Yeah. The beauty of using programs like Photoshop is that you can have these layers separated, which make the workflow much better. It allows you to make some changes that normally you wouldn't be able to make without making everything from scratch all over again. Let me just hide this one. This one, what? Okay, there's nothing. So, this is the progress so far. There's still some things to improve. So we'll do just that. Many things to consider, but one thing we need to keep in mind is not to get too obsessed about details. As in, at some point there will always be room for improvement, but it's better to just move on instead of hyperfixating on trying to make it the most like infinitely add detail, which may be unnecessary. At some point we always need to put an end to what we are doing and consider it done, because then we can always improve it later in other projects. Okay, so I want to add the little icicles all around, and I want to make it so it's something like this. Okay. And then from here, maybe we'll flip it just in case. And then now it's just a matter of placing them all around. And we can always resize them, adjust them as we please. Yeah, something along those lines. Although I think it's best if I swap these ones. Now let me just... Okay. Now we can... I need to find the... Okay, this is the layer for this sketch. We remove it. Yeah, I think it's... This one is basically almost done. It's just a matter of adding these final details. Yep. So for example, like this one thing over here. Like sometimes something that I like about some art pieces, which is also the type of artists that I follow, is those pieces where it looks very full of details, like hyper realistic, but when you zoom closer then you can see all of the different brush strokes. It's something that I really like to give this painted look, this painted appearance. And define a bit better the different cracks over here. Like in the ice cracks, shows some similarity to the Reaper, not a bad thing by any means. A little bit, yeah. Although with the Reaper, the eyes are glowing. Yeah, there is some similarities, but I think the contrast will be enough with the theme alone that these sort of similarities are okay. I just want to make it a little less obvious about this line art. something along these lines. And maybe add a little more, let's say, a little more shadows over here in the under the cheekbone. And I need to define a little bit better the spikes over here. Especially since the details, they won't be as visible over here since the mask will be much smaller. But it's still worth it to add enough detail so that it would be visible if it was drawn at this resolution. I really like how irregular the shapes of the spikes are. It really adds this sharpness that the eyes can have. Okay, now I think we need to adjust the shading so that the eyes floating around is more visible than the rest. Just a really slight adjustment. So let's first do something like 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then with this one, here. So now we have all of 3 different layers, 2 and 3. So for these ones, we'll make it just a little bit darker like this, and then do something along those lines. And then with this one, we can make them maybe a bit lighter. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, quite nice, I think. Now, I think this one is pretty much finished. I want to avoid going too much into obsessive details, especially for something as, I wouldn't say chaotic, but irregular as this one. So what we are going to do is quickly test it with the main body, and from there adjust the lighting and the shadows for it. So, oh, made a mistake. Yeah, I need to think about it one moment. Guess I will do something like this. Okay, we make it into smart object. Let's turn on the main god. Now we resize this one. So now I made it so when I make it smaller and then make it big again, it doesn't lose any resolution. So we place it in front of the face, so it will look something like this. Yeah. Maybe let me see if I can try something a bit cheeky. Let's try an outer glow, but make it. Actually, wait. Maybe a shadow. Oops. No. Because now I'm trying to make it so. Because one thing that I realize now that I placed the mask in front of it is that we'll need to adjust the shadows and lighting for that's cast on the body each time for each different mask. And assuming the background will be... Wait, let me find something real quick. Just as a template. So if I do something like... Oh yeah, it's already present, okay. Yeah, so it will be something like this. Yeah, we would need to see how it looks like when placed in game. So, wait. First thing first, I'm noticing this thing which I really don't like. Let's get rid of it. There we go. But I don't want to change the body itself just yet, because we may need to add some modification at the end. So what I'm going to do is... So make it like this. Okay, this is the mask. I will add a level below to act as a very approximate shadow. Let's see how this will look like. Just doing a quick test over here. Because let me show you. You see right now that it's not very... it doesn't look very good. The values are all over the place. And I don't want to add the same lighting that's over... I don't want to add the same lighting that's present in this version, because this is the final version. And it doesn't make sense to have this sort of lighting in the main game, which will be something like this. I want to make it look quite good even when it's in game. But let's delete this one, make this one a little bit bigger, and then we can try something like a black smoke. Let's see if it's any better. I mean, it is a bit better. Let me remove the bottom real quick. Or maybe make it themed with the mask. So instead of having black smoke, we could do easily like an icy type of smoke. Yeah, maybe something like this. Or maybe... I love how the floating bits don't look like icicles but fit with the mask. I'm glad you like it. So I was thinking, in order to make the masks stand out even more, instead of just placing the mask like this, which doesn't look very good, we also add some aura around it. So maybe in this instance, it could be something like Now I want to try something that if I manage to pull it off, it can be something really cool. So remember that sparkly effect that I showed a while back? This one, wait, this one, right? Let me see if I can do... sorry. Yeah, I want to try something. Just a little experiment. Or maybe I can... where is it? Yeah, okay. Now, look at the effect, how it's made now. Another cool thing about Photoshop is that for every brush you can change it however you like. So for instance, I could even make it so that the angle remains perfectly vertical. And now it's something like this. Oh, that's so cool. What do you say? Pretty neat. Now, let me see if I can... Yeah. Maybe... Oops. Maybe duplicate a little bit. And then... erase some of them slightly, so they are not as... I still not too convinced about, like, the shape is still the same. Let me see if I can change it further. Shape. Yeah, that's fairly okay. Although I may need to change some of the clouds over here. Now let's try without and with. Maybe this one is a bit too extreme. Let me just... or maybe I can put it on top and then mask it off a little. Hmm. It doesn't convince me too much, especially this cloud here. Let's see how it looks like. Yeah, okay, now I need to make the mask a bit brighter. It's too dark, I think. So let's go back to this one and then do a version that's without, yeah, lighter, a bit lighter like this. Okay, let's add this one, resize the new one. The old one. Add the staff. Okay. Before, yeah, it's best if it's more like this. Maybe make it a bit. Oops. In normal. Maybe in overlay. No. Soft light maybe. Nope. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, let's try something. Uh, what do you think? Do you think it looks good enough? Maybe I can try. Some color balance. Let's see. Maybe some curves. Ugh. Let's try color balance. Yeah, because I think these extra effects will give better idea. Like all of these little particle effects will not be present as much when the mask is floating around. I'm not too convinced. Let me rotate the image. Okay, this one adds a bit more color. And then I think we can add some, where is it? Some levels. And then make it so this area is darker. Or maybe basically use this, instead of having the different modifiers, I will just paint it myself. Like paint the change. Oops. Yeah, maybe something along those lines. Maybe with some careful changes like this. Maybe over here change it slightly so that, oops, maybe add some windy streaks. Do you think it's too much? Maybe. Like this, definitely not. it doesn't look as good, I think. Like this, however, maybe by yeah, something like I think this can be a good result. Now, let me check just the size of the original sketch, if it's fitting or if it's too big. Maybe a bit too big. Let me just fix it. Then maybe make this one smaller too. Let's see now how it looks like. Yeah, I'd say this one is pretty nice. Maybe just save real quick. Check one more time the maybe I can try something, but oh. Let's try another layer with okay. Yeah. I think we have a finalized version of this mask. Now, one thing I want to do is use this as a reference for the as a template in order to place it in the top left corner, so you guys can already see if they work, if the image works nice or not. I just need to ask where to upload the image. But yeah, so this one is without anything. Then once we'll finish every mask here, we may do some embellishments to match the different aesthetics in terms of quality. But then once the Steward of the Hoarfrost is activated, then this is the face. So I thought that maybe this sort of halo may act as not only as a frame for the mask, but also as a portal of some sort, like a Stargate portal, like the two halves that together create this portal that generates the mask. I think can be quite a good concept. Okay, so let me just quickly post this in the Discord just to show the current progress. And then I think next we can already try to implement the I'm not sure. Should I make every mask like this first, or do like one mask like this, the same mask positioned, and move on with the next? I'm not sure which process to make. I really don't know. Anyway, let me just quickly screenshot this one. Hello. I hope your day has been quite nice. We have basically finished, or almost finished, the first mask positioned in front of the god's face. Now we are I am unsure whether to. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty okay. Just continuing with the work. Now, this is without and this is with the mask. I'm not sure now whether to whether to immediately add the mask over here, or if I should make all of the other masks first. One thing I'm noticing is that it's a bit tilted. Maybe like this it's better. So yeah, basically once the mask is positioned, it will have all of these special effects to show that the mask has become active. Mm, okay. Tell you what. I will do a brief break, just to drink some water, refresh my eyes a little, and then once I come back, we'll decide how to tackle this next step. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I was thinking maybe because I'm... Oh, perfect. Good timing. So it really depends because here's my problem. Even if the effects look cool and all, I am not that satisfied with how the lighting on the mask clashes with the one on the body. So, for instance, if I remove all of the different effects, it looks very ugly. So we add this one, the different effects, and now it looks a bit better, but you can see how like this area, they clash a little, especially since we add the artwork, which I'm still not sure how big it will be. Maybe it'll be a bit bigger, so something like this, maybe something like this. It won't be too big, I think. I need to see how it looks like for different gods. Actually, tell you what, I could do it right now. Let me just open the game just 1 second and see how the artwork looks like with the with the other gods, and just paste them immediately in the file over here. In the meantime, let me just flip everything. Because I want to avoid having the cropped version too small. So we need to think about that. Just a moment. So let me just switch off here real quick. One moment, because it's loading the different game assets. So let's say, for instance, because in the example I gave over here, it's only like a big snake head. And as far, I mean, it's beautiful, but I don't think it's as complex yet in terms of shape. So we need to think a little bit when talking about the position of this god. Now, any second now. Okay, so let's try with different options. So with one god, it's like it's like this. Then with another god, it's like this. Second. It's like this. I'll try with every god that's currently available. Then with the let's do, I don't know, this one or this one. Okay. Okay, something like this. And then lastly, let's do another one which has a humanoid look. Minerva, maybe she has a laptop. Yeah, let's see. Because what I am noticing is that with some gods it's very zoomed in, and with others it's not. So for example, with the Broken Maker it's not as zoomed in. Okay, so let me now close the game real quick. Okay, so you can see how this one is very different from this one, which is very different from this one, with this one, and with this one. So we need to think of something. Now let me just make one version that's totally blank. Let me, something like just for the record. Okay, so it'll be something like this, right? Yeah, no problem. It'll be something like this, and this is the god in question with the big old mask. So maybe it may be something like this. Something smaller, thus making the portrait bigger. Yeah, maybe something like this. See how... Actually, wait. We just do something much better. Okay. The art object. Okay, this one could be maybe something like... There we go. Okay. So now we can decide more or less how it will look like in the overall size. Maybe it could be something like this. You see how it would look like with the rest. Yeah. And maybe here make it so it's yeah, something along those lines. Make just a copy. Yeah, I think this can work pretty well. Maybe placed a little to the side. Or maybe even something like this. I think it can work. Now, let me just add everything here. Corner test. And now the big dilemma. Should I make this mask once again here right now, or make every other mask first and then decide what to put later? Since I don't know what kind of extra stuff I will put over here around it, I think it's best if I do all of the other masks like this first. Because then, once we finish like this version, it can already be utilized for the game. Yeah, I think we can already do something about it. Now, the question is, which one are we making? Because as of now, we made the Steward of the Hoarfrost. But we have many different masks we need to make. Oh yeah, maybe I could do this one. The Lady of the Autumn Rot. So let me just make a different group. Lady of Autumn Mask. And from here, not really that I didn't like this pose, but I think I need to make it slightly better. For instance, let me see if I can pick up the Wait, why did I make a copy of this one? Don't remember. Okay, let me... Because, let me see if I can... Yeah. Okay. I need to work a little bit more on it by using these references. And 1 second, I also need to check the original size for the mask. So now that yeah, this is more or less the same size. Yeah, we need to do a little bit more research in terms of pose, because that one I made in the sketch doesn't convey the pose as much as I wanted it to. I was thinking maybe something like this, but yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, I can try copying this one, to be honest. Oh, wait, since you're back, I'll show you what I've made quickly. So this is, maybe you already seen it in the Discord, but this is how more or less it would look like in the corner. Maybe slightly bigger, but this is the overall idea, because it's more or less in line with everything else, and it won't be a problem because it would be scaled down pretty much. So yeah, this is how it would look like with as it changes masks. Yeah, it's an extra thing I added to further separate the halo with the rest of the mask. I may do a similar thing with all of the other masks tied to their overall theme. So I don't know, maybe with this one I'll think something out. So okay, let's do let's put this one on the side. We hide. Now we'll try to make the pose as intended. I want to make it something similar like this one. We'll go slow and steady. Okay, everything should be okay. And now we go with the sketch. We'll make more or less the same size. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, maybe I should make this one a bit bigger. Just because. Okay. Let's go. Oh shit. Is everything okay? Is the stream going? Okay. Yeah, for some reason I got a notification that said OBS disconnected. It was shit. I hope the stream is not affected. Because I was thinking of something like not looking up like this, but something like watching down. Let's see. Heard that before, just don't hit OK. Okay. I didn't hit anything, luckily. Hi, the Papa. Yeah, I just ignored it. Because if I hit OK, it disconnects it, right? I assume. Yeah. I wonder why it does that. It sounds pretty stupid, if you ask me. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking something along those lines. Although I need to be a bit careful. Do the nose first. Now the process is the same as I did with the sketches. So a really rough sketch just to establish the overall pose and elements, and then we'll go much more in detail later. Okay. Now I need to make the facial features more coherent with the rest. And here, something like this. And on the other side, all of the gross stuff. Maybe make it a bit bigger. And here, all of the little decorations. Then we'll have plenty of time to correct everything. And then here, the I won't probably be able to reach a satisfying conclusion on this one, but it will be something that will continue on the next stream, of course. Now the streams are a bit different than the other ones, where we managed to finish one mask per stream. Now we just go along with the ride and see where this takes us. Yeah, in a moment. Let me just finish here real quick the overall concepts. It's best if I establish more or less the different volumes within the stage before going more into details. Yeah, because for example, I'm noticing that the area of the monster face is smaller than this one. I mean, partly because it's tilted, but I think I need to make it a bit bigger on the lower side. Here. And maybe this mask, once we'll place it in the final image, we'll make it so it's more of a frontal view, so we get a good look at the monster face. Want to be able to kind of see the second face. Exactly. I don't want to make it too hidden, otherwise it kinda defeats the purpose. But I think something like this is already quite enough. Maybe something more. Yeah, maybe something like this. I will also want to adjust the eye a little bit. Make it's a bit too large, I think. Maybe a bit more down like this. I think I need to fix a bit more the jaw as well. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I think more or less this is the idea. Although I want to, since the eye won't be empty like the mask one, I want it to look I'm not sure whether to make it look like in this direction or in another type of direction. I guess we'll see. Although I think I can still Let me just do one test real quick. Just one moment. Because in a hypothetical neck will be something like this. Yeah. We just make it a bit larger. This one like this. Yeah, I think the pose is much more established. Now let me just do a very quick test to see how it would look like when positioned in front of the face of the god. So I'll just fill it up real quick with a plain color, because I want to be sure before committing to the details. See if it works nicely, so we don't waste time. So I'll put something like this. This is the test. Wait, let me just do something. This is not, we are not doing the color yet. I'm just doing this quick test to see if it looks nice in the position. Okay, so we do something like this. And if we have the steward of the Horfrost of this size, then this one would be something around this size. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? It looks already quite different. Looks quite nice. You want to be able to kind of see the second face. It depends. I don't think it's too necessary. Like this, it really looks like it's wearing a mask. Like, it looks like genuinely... Yeah, that was a while ago, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. You can see the... Oh yeah, I'm so stupid. I already read the message and responded to it now that I think about it. For some reason, while I was doing this, I thought that by second face you meant the empty one. My bad, I'm sorry. That's a bit of brain fart on my end. But yeah, I think this pose really goes hard. Because it looks like it's well attached to the main body. Yeah, I think this can work. So at this point, I think we can leave this template like this. Template. And turn off the body real quick, and then go straight to the details. What are you making now? Sorry I spaced out. I just got a uni acceptance. Oh, nice. It's good news, I suppose. Right now I am making the details for the Lady of the Autumn Rot, of the mask in particular, made in the pose one that will be placed like this in the god. So this will be the final position, and now I am doing still a sketch, but in more details. This is the rough that we made. Now we are going into the finer details, and then we'll proceed to make the colors. Essentially, we'll do the same process that we made with this one, but we'll go into even more detail and have a more finalized look. We are going a bit more cautiously. Here we'll add the eye. Maybe make it a bit bigger. And here add the broken mask. Actually, let me do the full version of the mask, and then I'm going extra careful because I want to make this right at the first try, so I don't have to think about it too much later. I'll probably have to adjust things after this one. Then these decorations will probably use photo bashing for this one. Yeah, it looks okay. Maybe I need to make the mask a little bit. Oops. A little bit more bit longer. Actually, let me make the monster first. Or the monster part, rather. Yeah, something along those lines. And here, all of the gross stuff. And here, lastly, all of the different tentacle arm thingies. almost done. Now let me simply rotate the sketch so we can make those needed adjustments. Okay. Now, now you may not see it, but I am making just small adjustments so that it looks a bit nicer. Okay, let's try now. Before and after. Okay, let's before and after. Let me try something that like yeah, I think I prefer this one. Then maybe something like something like this, maybe. And this one will turn like this. I am putting extra care on the mouth because I think it's an iconic component of this face. And maybe make it a bit larger. Not extremely large, but then we adjust the thing over here. Maybe we don't even need to do it that much. Maybe make the nose like this. Maybe adjust the eye a little bit. Agreed, indeed. Now let's see. Yeah, it is a bit. It's not that aligned, if I'm being honest. Oops. So, let's see if I can. I think like this it's okay. Maybe I can wait. Something like this. Let's see how it looks like. This. Let's do a copy just in case. Yeah, this one is a bit better. But we can improve it even more. Okay, let's try to flip it again. Yeah, I think it's much better. Let me just fix it here. Just need to do something like... Alright, I think... Let me remove this. And now let me compare it to how it was earlier. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to give it a more feminine outline. Let me do something like... Oops. Let me copy this eye and then paste it. Let me remove this one. Okay. Then yeah, I need to fix the jaw. Maybe make the mouth a little bit smaller. And maybe also the nose. And the eye. Hmm. Oops. Yeah, this one still needs some improvements. There's still something that doesn't convince me much. It's still something that I think it's better than this version. But what if I this one? Let me just do a quick test. Okay, maybe I think I got it. If we do something like this, then I don't know, does it look like enough for a lady mask? Maybe. Let me try something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's lady enough. Although maybe still the lips. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is quite a nice detail. We're all, I think we are there. Yes. Okay, now, this is the template. Let me make a new test for the position. Okay. And now, oops. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I still need to fix some facial features. Because it's, I don't know, the mouth area here doesn't convince me at all. Yeah, maybe something like this. And then here there's the mask. Maybe make the eye bigger. Just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's start with the colors. Let's put the paws hidden. Okay. Now, here comes the fun part. Finally, I'd say. I have a feeling that this mask will take at least 2 more streams before we finish it. But that's okay. With enough time, we'll manage to make each and every one of them. I'm still not sure what to put as extra effects around this piece. Like with the snow, with the hoarfrost, it was simple enough since it's basically ice particles. With this one, I'm not too sure. Maybe something blood related? I don't know. Okay, then we'll add the gilded stuff. This, of course, would be a temporary color, and we won't be doing all of these decorations by hand. We'll use photo bashing, which I think will look great on this particular pattern. Here, the lips. Yeah, now that there is the lips, the effect of a mask of a woman is much more clear. Maybe it's coming together well. Yeah, I think so too. Slowly but surely. Okay, with this one, then we'll add the color of the eyes. Save. And then, well, we do the same that we did in this one. At this point, I'll just pick the colors. from one another, and yeah. So let me just okay. And here we start. Just like when we made the sketch for this one, we slowly add all of the different shadows. Yeah, I will need to reflect this a bit more. We also need to think about the direction of the lighting. I want to make it a bit more similar to the main one, so yeah. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I think this is quite a nice progress. I think I will stop it here, and we'll continue with this mask in particular on Friday with fresh eyes and clearer mind, because I'm noticing how now I am struggling a little bit to focus, and it seems like to me I'm dragging it quite a lot. We spend extra time in making sure the proportions are correct. We may still need to change some things later on. For example, where is it? For example, this one, which I think it's best if it's more like more slim. Yeah, I think that would be better. Let me just do this very quick final adjustment. Yeah, I think this is much better. We can always... Let me see how it was earlier. Yeah, no, I think it's better this way. And yeah, this Friday we'll continue here, try to reach this same level, and then continue until it looks of the same quality as this one, the same level of texture, of finished look. And then we'll start comparing the quality between the two to see which one needs more quality than the other. Because the hard part will be, once we have all of the 7 masks done and complete, the main challenge, I think, it will be to make sure that every mask is more or less coherent with the others in terms of details and lighting and things like that. But I think we made, yeah, I think today has been a pretty productive day. At least we finished 1 mask for the position of the face of the god. So we only have 6 more to go. Now, just... There we go. Let me just switch it back. Moment. There we go. So, what can I say? It's still been quite fun to continue this project, as always. It's something that I'm clearly enjoying quite a lot. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I did doing it. This one in particular, this mask, is proving quite a challenge. It will surely, I'll surely need to make some changes. Like already now that I'm a bit taking a pause to it, I'm noticing quite some changes that I need to make. But as I've said, we'll fix it once we'll have fresher eyes and a clearer mind in Friday. In the meantime, I've posted on the Discord the current progress that we made with the first mask. And yeah, what can I say? Quite the streamer. So see you in the next live. As always, thank you so much for coming to the stream. We'll see you on Friday. This has been Devoid Executive, and I wish you all a good night. See you.